Jandam no mo detect President John Dramani Mahama no. Okay, say NP before Ednam someone say President Mahama say why to say John Funu, why to say dead goat. Those kind of debates, you know, before 2016 elections, you know, NP before the year campaigns, sebe John Dramani Mahama de Luciaba. But ABN wouldn't even some President John Dramani Mahama. Ekaye. Maybe about the entire video natural, then we analyze it and see what President John Dramani Mahama actually said. Listen to it very carefully. Now, joy for a misrepresented president in some kind.
Our country is the worst hellhole in the world, and we always have that belief that our country is the worst hellhole in the world, and so nothing can work in Ghana. But things are working in Ghana comparatively to other countries on the continent, you know. And of course, I mean, relatives will complain because you send that odd £100, £200 from time to time.
But President Mahama, I think the Gambia, and you say, at the end of that buying baby, because there's massive complaints and demonstrations in the country. And also, Ghana, a woman say, I want you but not buying air to near my ye. But it seems to say Ghana for be the name Tiasia, but be Honswa, 7 no more can or the pesca free mom war a bruching ho. It's as a Ghana need to Ghana. Na sabe one complain is a Ghana, I did too much. One way and now baby outino, Fasicania then, Emereno. That is what President John Dramani Mahama was actually saying. Until the TNSM president, Eka, maybe saying the TNSM in that then he will get to a pointer or what are dead go to know. You do what? I'll explain it. Now, when we move forward as well, right? So listen to it very carefully.
Time to time. If they tell you that Ghana is getting better, now we have clean drinking water, they've built a school in this thing, life is getting better, will you send the £200? Yeah, so the complaints, you continue receiving them. Oh, and you're Ghana say. You know, until the manisika and go the bed 200 by Anka. And so that's when demonstrations and things, agitations for increased pay and all that begin to happen. And because of the sensitivity of the period and probably the fear of losing elections, government, you know, normally would give in to some of these pressures. And before you see, the budget is out of sync. And then when elections are over and government is installed, you have to start the belt tightening all over again. The advantage going for me is I've seen more demonstrations and strikes in my first 2 years. I don't think it can get worse in the second 2 years. And it is said that when you've killed a goat and you frighten it with a knife, it doesn't fear the knife because it's dead already. So I have the dead goat syndrome going forward. And so we're going to ensure that we maintain fiscal discipline.
Not because the president is here, but he's probably the only president in our life who has suffered more demonstrations than any other president. Every day, someone decides on some demonstration and says, we are taking to the streets. And they take to the streets, and they are allowed to take to the streets, and this president never says anything against anybody. He is building our democracy through tolerance, not through force.
What I say? I say President John Dramani Mahama build Ghana democracy, no, because tolerating BBR, not through force. That is the message. Let me explain what President John Dramani Mahama actually said. President is here Ghana for any painful be so what the 2 years. But as a man for a demonstration be against Wabaino. It's a day now be and a president say, oh, for the past 2 years he did who say Ghana for demonstration on my end a dozen. Now so me what GD say Ghana for no ebama me asum bia kakra at demonstration so. But demonstration ko my end 2 years na dey atwa me say uku aponchi wi as onsuro sekan bia biem. As wako na nkwase na dwen da wa na twi eku da wo. Wo dey sekan na kan fa ho biem. Enti wo my demonstration na to let vobia to say ono an Ghana for nyina will come to an equation or be developing mind akonanim. And one NPP for so me hey na president say why is a dead goat? O kan hwe ontie omfi bia onye se pacho wuti story a sana president John Dramani Mahama kan be honest with ourselves. Sana president, Ekai. Absolutely no. That is not what President John Dramani Mahama said. But the NP before the campaign, the tia president, Emma president, Eddie Lucy Yaba. And then Subiem, Amasia Komo say, President John Dramani Mahama say, when him send the ministers in the B, galam say, and they are one was almost so mood in Toronto. Among Fahon, T NPP Nipa alternative so Tienzema Waka.
Baby, I asabi award say ikru. No abisa won say enti ekro no so no aban krache wo. Prosi for 9 months ni won abubo omo di ni nyina no omo we. Eno ne kai wo de Sam George ka kire no se opepa no e wa ban na fa obesese bibi. Akwasi die twa asem ni nyina wo ene se omampani o ye memu hase. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Wame atiase na the atiase ne se ne party for NDC for ebi no ye galamsey ni bi. Akwasi omampani the ye wo hase ya na pay say call radio so TV so kwakase no ebi those days when he was member of parliament opem na shebe dwafo a omonim kasa oka semu a wonim ne oka pa na do ma maka ho dis omampani ma so oka bibia se bio se nya bia manyosem dia na wonim ne oka pa it's omampani ma beka kire ye se ne party for NDC for ye bia na nya se oka ne kekese eyate semu. And this time around, he's even the president. He gets briefing. He's been briefed. Because he bisa say the party for no more no. Your friend say. Your friend kwadwo. Kwaku. Esinam anakwabna. So an kan kire ni poye. What has happened to the party for now? Omoye galamsey ni bi no. And then why they are found. And now say the party for now. So this time round, he does not see the need. So let's stop his handcuff for no. The president and the NDC government is not committed.
Officer Joman said.
And ya the what paper so obey.
Well, Tawati. Panyimpa akwatena TV so. Ehwe Ghana for enim edim tro the top president to say President John Dramani Mahama say onona ban mu for eye galamsey. That is what the NPP before the name. Me sure say what. But okay we no. But I'm going to play at the current president kan yankasa de akire wo. Okay we no. Ene na NDC nia onene ti ho no. Akire ne say masa. President anka sa asem no. Enye sa ena president e kai. On Joy Pram so then they're going to get the answer. Papa Ikotena Adom and the cancer asem. Then it's been circulating. Say, President say, Nabamu Kurafo ni yegalam say, President Nabamu for yegalam say. Ti the response are NDC ni so de be master Ankurofono. Asema President Ekai. But we are about the actual president's own mouth actually.
And beyond that, he made a certain claim. And I want to set that record finally. That President John Dramani Mahama said that he knows NDC people who are doing galamsey. Please, if your producers can do us a favor, that video is very. Please, my senior brother.
No, go on.
My senior brother.
He's just saying that.
That video, I'm sure your producers have it. If for our purposes we can lay this matter to rest once and for all. President John Dramani Mahama said that, and I want to be on record that the illegal mining enterprise has gone so deep that there are permanent people in the enterprise, that when government changes hands, they approach the new people in positions and tell them that this is what we have been doing. So now that you are in charge, let us do this with you. And so he does not kid himself to believe that some of his people may not be involved. How does that mean that he said he knows people in his government? I know that an enterprise has become so entrenched that even when power changes hands, those who are the permanent players move to the new people.
Definitely.
And so I am not going to sit here and assume that all my people, none of them is falling for it.
That's leadership.
How is that an admission that I know my people are doing it? So please, for us to settle this matter here and now, so that we stop these lies, if your producers can do us a favor, let them play that video and see if it is not consistent with what I'm saying. President Mahama has never And I'm setting that record. President Mahama has never said that he knows members of his administration. They should help us. And I insist on it, that they help us. That video is everywhere. Where President Mahama
Well, so the video is everywhere. Until you are debunking the argument and they said there be yes and a president ekaye. But I'm gonna play the exact words a president ekaye yentie. Because NPP for ne Jandam no dozo. Ipachoti asema president ekaye say no kware say president can say onimse na ba mu for yegalamse give me the answer.
Illegal mining has eaten into the fabric of our society. And I must say that it is not only a menace to our society, but it has involved a circle of traditional rulers, political party appointees and everything. And so even when one party changes, those who were running some operation who were to one party will go to the next party and say, oh, now that you have come and take over this operation and let's share, and we too will be getting small. This is what we're doing. And so I don't kid myself that we don't have our own people involved. And the work of the NIMOS is not easy. They go to a community and the chiefs, the youth, and everybody come out and resist them.
Well, as my president, so I can't no. If I just about to my president can't. President say, I mean, it's to be Galamsey idea atie te se e Ghana. Na obi a no ye galamsey de bia no aye na de hwehwam no. Na ban we asesan they will come and confront President Jandam and Mahama aban mu ni nipa omuwom abeka twelom so galamsey e de. Enti mo mra ma ye nyina yenye. Enti ono wontena ankasa bia na ban mu nipa bia enye bi. But so far as he knows no galamsey na tie te se to the sense even nine most no kura community so mo kwa pam Galamsey for na ehemfo ni pe o nyina timi tugu omo so na omo bo omo e pa in the comment section for adwen chebra asema president kai enokware anaso oboa. And surprisingly, this is not the first time President Jandam Mahama is saying this kind of things. In 2024, the president actually said exactly the same thing. It is our NPP for now. So mu yin sema president kai na they confuse themselves with 2024 sema president kai and in 2026 sema president daka. This is what President actually said in 2024 before assuming the mantleship of even the president. Na ye campaign, or a group, and then this is what the president said.
Illegal gold mining, which is Galamsey, and the small-scale gold mining, which is allowed by law. Small-scale gold mining is allowed by law. Illegal gold mining, Galamsey, is not allowed. That is some people taking and going on some concession, or even if it's not a concession, identifying that there's gold here, and without anybody's permit, they go and start mining and destroying the environment. That exists, and that's illegal. But the point I make is, the Minerals Commission awards the concessions, and they award the concessions to people. Are we holding the people who hold the concessions responsible for what happens on their concessions? If we do that, it will solve the problem of Galamsey. You have the concession. If we come and you're doing mining the wrong way, we'll take the concession from you. And so you're supposed to do the mining this way. And I mean, there are experts in mining, a lot of graduates from University of Mining and Technology who are sitting unemployed today. We'll assign them to every person who has a small-scale gold concession. We'll assign those young experts to you and show you how you should do the mining without, crossing the lines. And if we do that in one stroke and we hold them responsible, we say if we come and something is not going well in your concession, we'll hold you responsible. And if they are not being held responsible, then it means that the people who are supposed to implement are complicit, and that's what's happening. Those who are supposed to check are the ones taking money from the illegal activity and turning a blind eye, and the point even is that, and I gave a warning, I said, look, if you want to be a gold miner in the gold industry, then don't serve in my government. as a DC or as a minister or anything. The reason why it is difficult to deal with Galamsey is because members of this government, from DCs to MPs to ministers, are involved in small-scale gold mining. That's why it's difficult to deal with it. I have no small-scale gold concession. I don't have any relatives involved in small-scale mining. I don't expect my ministers to be engaged in small-scale mining. My DCs should not be involved. If I find that you're involved, I'll remove you. Go and mine. If you want to mine, go and mine. If you want to serve the people, serve the people.
Well, President John Dramani Mahama statement or by in 2024. And then the NPP 40 actually no more say then they go and pick this particular no much you see any presidency in this particular government. By that government and another president Kano. Now he was making a quiet reference into Nana Akufo-Addo's administration. That time was asking when he wasn't the president. Right? Intimate and more beyond Tum Futuro Engu and in the NPP for there. Jandam Nkwan omunim play. Mepacho ene ubetimi afre at any given time from now. Number na idea you money plus 358 4497 957 4392. Mepacho check the number very well. Ubetimi afre on a normal call or on WhatsApp. Baby office ubetimi afre bia no ubetimi afre I'll pick you then I'll bring you live on the show. Medini William Munufie Amankuna platform a Munufie Politics. We just pretend and say things as it is, right? How you treat a bossy, now you can semino, aman semino ato, sebi obi na one teda. Me who say be the message by President John Dramani Mahama, a dead good message, or say that was the first time I watched it. Because I'm say the traditional media now is what can semino editorial, so always they deceive us. Credit to the chiefs in German South, no girl I'm saying in German South, or say Bernard, Charlie, and no. But there is I'm not using the old number again. But check this particular number and we're gonna communicate on this particular number. Free UK. But call on number here at the screen. So say minia meda say. How can Nanado sack his appointees? He cannot do that because he played key and active role in it, right? So I don't Idrisu Hussein say. The real truth is from the government. We won't mind this Jandam party. Exactly. President John Dramani Mahama said, "What we ya or can no quarano e de chere nipa." Na I don't ask him grufo biti baby as I no quarano so no. Oh, can I say a how mo? That is something I've seen about the NPP before. The more you speak the truth, then it hurts them because sometimes the truth hurts. NPP Esther say NPP got 8 years. What did they do with it? And isn't it even 2 years ago that they left? And now they are doing everything to come back. Not again. Why are they, Esther? They're never going to come back into power again. Because for now, on the Ghana phone, who say them could we a tier. About your number, a year, you want a plus 358 449 57 4392. Until wait me afraid any given time, I'll pick you live on the show. Kwesi AJC, in fact, JDM has suffered papa with these NPP people. They always tweet what he says and sell it to the gullible people. Yeah, I mean, Kwesi AJ. So that dead good message in the campaign message, the president didn't mean anything bad, right? Or can't say anything because 2 years in his administration. Now, mom for Jandam. Minia, you can call back again. Sorry, there was a call coming. You can call back again. So they were doing Jandam and now she said a lot of things. No, so the BC saying they were doing limiter. He is ready to deliver to the people of Ghana. A man for antenna say and NPP for Trono Mudi, a man for team. Sana sebe and semi way kafana way didn't throw. Giddy, Charlie. Say, hey. Daniel, I'm watching from Sweden. Good job. NPP never again. Daniel, why are there? NPP 4 Charlie. Thomas Doche say, Mamen fat koina, young. All right, Minia, we have a call there.
Yeah. Hello.
Epacho Temenka.
Hello.
or live on the show. All right, mini and me engine. So I think say, but also offer listen to the communication and the conversation on the phone rather than watching it on the TV, because I was say with the internet and sometimes what I say, might take some seconds before it reach your end. And one thing I've seen is people want to listen to the conversations maybe on their TV or on their computer other than listen to it on their phone. Nti Mr. Uyesa many ebeje kama pa why. Nti yanko yanim na ne ensem na ebebo so no chale ensem ne bi edoso. Ha nti yedi kan diffuse dead good ensem no chale enya de a ebefa.
So ojije wo Nyankopon mu. Now they go to the swag. See ebe yo se nipa da se.
Hello. Hello. All right.
Hello.
Many aboko there. Hello.
Hello.
If I
Ọba dị adara ụmụ na nsọ ya.
me ho ye pa our life on the show many.
Kere emechia yewura siru nketia.
All right.
Yewura efe Mustapha Gbandi. Akwatia MP. Mpanifo nya mechie obi amechia akuya tabrakwa. Mini a wo ye adwuma. Adwuma wo ye no. What you mean ka?
Mete unka pa many.
Hello.
Oh, mete unka.
Hello.
Mete unka pa.
What you mean ka?
Pa. Also.
Yeah, what you mean ka? Yeah.
If I draw a line or so. All right. I don't know. Etty Child couldn't also stay on the line. And if I draw me afraid on the number on our screen. Na yahwe. Many are all live on the show.
Hello. So the network near very bad.
Oh, mete unka all live on the show.
Hello.
Yes. All right. Many are boko there.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, good evening. Okay, good evening.
Good evening, Many are all live on the show.
I'm Makaza Free UK.
Okay.
Okay. Pajamas Muasemaka. Okay. Oh, yeah, Juma Pa Nemuno. A Jumana, oh, yeah. Okay, Mate. A Jumana, oh, yeah, no. I don't think a Namia Dumbiaboko.
Well, I don't know why. Etty Child.
Hello.
Boko
Many
there.
already the champion for no. My main course. A friend saying, "Dear time a prayer cry." Why you may be a mammy? I'm a maniaji. I'm not a boyfriend saying, or say, or you're drunk as a form. There's one particular tape. I think I happy 2015 or 2016. I will Kumasi. Or see me fat good with the good cry as anti-mine pramone. And you know, correct. That particular time, me more Kumasi and Hojo. As I'm a piano. Or see, yes, see, be the good year, Kwama Mokramon, Traba Mammy. Sate prehwehwe pa man why yesre wa creative na ba man because akoye say enkofo no ye niam bi a entro no mo fa tape no ma dane no e bia ni tape bia oboyi say oni pa kwa wan kase na ba mu nkrofo but ya fa kwan bia so recently obi so ko kase mo first DWTV say abai no aja na nkrofo ma DWTV agu oni pa ni ma ase say enya ban e court na jai wo nipa no hwehwe man why me da say
Matiminia me da say enti menia dia wo ban pacho wait my friend on the our line na our screen so pacho so ofra team no conversation on the phone rather than on maybe your TV or on other device be a ekita what I say Kofi Azuma, you're watching me live. We are recording. You're welcome back on the show again. Why are there? No, I'm saying why I didn't like it. I don't know. So maybe we can check back again. Many aboko there.
Hello.
The pacho temenka. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the number on the screen, and then maybe we try to use a different line to see if it's going to work. Many aboko there.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, pacho temenka.
Hello. Hello.
Pacho temenka. All right, so I'm going to change the number on our we're going to use today, and then see how we're going to do with that as well. My memfa number for enye na you see that particular line mum ebia enumum beboa yen kakra. Number you be using is the old number we used to have. Well, let's operate with this number instead. Until Mr. Wow Feno, you can call on this other line as well, and then we check that one and see. Until let me just try to connect that line, and we can actually shift or switch the number as well. I don't know if it has something to do with the network or the phone or whatever. Enti yebeye ni sa hwade. Enti mesro mama me mere kakra na let's do this thing here. Let me just change the number, then I'll be back right back. Epacho yebeto sisi ya.
Ya papa Mahama, me woni ma bebira metimi di akiro sisi ya.
There be etiefo tinya ne
ade. Omu tia ene me ka se. Obi apa onko Google na obehu se. Baby a ya papa Mahama gina ya wo se. Free education no countries bibria koye bia ye mistake. Na Ghana ha yen koye sa mistake no ba introducing free SHS.
Niko mame mbo akakra ha.
Enti enya ba bi poten no oja. Waja ba bi bebre na aka.
Nicholas mame mbo akakra. Sebi amanfo tie radio. And many am saying there o the family feature I am ntwema.
Boss, me pe o live no ba.
Nya botre tie.
Enti boss ba je wo.
No, Nicholas nya botre obekasa nya botre. Waka obroni kan categorical waka isisi pi
ka me ka o se bia meboa
Niko obua
say ampa na yakoya nim
no obua na Mahama
o se meboa
yes Mahama engineer be bia anka say nya botre because I want people to learn
ba jo ma producers na ma dia be famro na
Nicholas me say o kan asem si o say Mahama say Ghana for to abama na
man ka say Mahama say me say se ukoto abama ye papa Mahama oba obetwam
and na me say
that is my statement
and na me say obetwam because ogina fan of
obetwam on grounds say o see free education enye
okay when
and I'm say let your producers come and take something from me to come and show you
I'm on 40 radio so
and I'm on 40 radio na me obi bi na TV as I wo conduct when I say
radio no can asem asem na me
ye nyina ya wo Ghana ha no and I make us ye kasa no obia betumi akọ Google na wakwa akọ check say asemo America no omane wanka me say
Mahama kan bibia jaja
we dey on kan ya we dey oye journalist so baje jemi asere meka mo ma me teachiro mu
on kan bibia
during 2020
I will not
na we Mahama the spokesperson
me spokesperson but I will allow you
well Nicolas Omane champion say ojahe asore nyum ne bo abedi ntra to President Jandam Mahama Chale na he got a shock of his life. If your number na masesa no to beat me free on plus 35846537264 9. Mr. Mama Mudi can free a previous linear monfa encheme. I shifting number to a different line, and let's use that one as well and see maybe the network is going to be fine because I believe say your network and maybe it has some issues. ABR yebetimi aye akoyenim yebisa what I say. So let's do it like that and then see. May Nicholas Tony natural. Many we have a code there. And we are Pacho live on the show.
Okay, Pacho Frame, also Imano Frefi UK.
All right, Ima.
Na me Pacho program no me ardent listener me tape in fact very educative. But and as some now can many aje ho. Me wo big problem when this for ho. Me me fi MPP for fee na me MPP ni. I want to say to abama ku for time but me achim ni me fi achim oda.
Okay.
But be do ku for so no na me ka say me achim ni. Me nim say na achim for tie ombe se o man no. Nti abuzafo nyina na odanfo nyina me kun ye. I hope say ne no. NDC winning my vindicated my baye NDC is strong. But more problem be wo NDC for who. Mr. Felix Ofosukwachi.
Yes.
NDC for na communication director no. The same problem mistake no year in 2026 na you lose ya ba no. The same no repeat. MPP for the Jandam we good system nim wakana no atum. Bonzo abajo FM English speaking ya be kamba community no no ID. But me Felicenga mistakes ended for year 2016 no and that's some repeat bill.
Yeah.
And this for mistake on my and say they were not communicating better to the citizens. And I remember before no take you over because Ghana no about 80% of the tree and no radio station no. And I me say I can for radio station no to tell and Peace FM ne NG why no. The main purpose and say omote some back counter be brand is yase. But technology by no and I'm not adding in Ira. Into Zenka Mr. Ofosukwachi or better team biene and the biaba technology aba nanko fan grassroots communication you know more strong doing campaign nanka Jandam basi pe no be killing fast mine because oye jumano banipa in by YouTube. What I say, you will known bloggers or around or Mokasa Gidi, Munanka Munleste, Samijan Fiunzana Yebano, no by NDC 24, wine Nango Futi. I didn't know Penko for no Mumizikana Nanka, Jandem Biabano, any MP Tuguma, no counter no more cleaning them. But the man must study, in fact, but let me show a call say maintenance here the same mistakes no they are repeating it again. MPP4 technology in this one muguas but o ma share all the hair upon come share Ghana web ne satellite ni all the PCFM for the show money multimedia for no obi oto onim pa no mo Jandam FM and no push ade no ye ma me money apam no mo grass ni ade no omunya ate na to mu dream o na to mu dream I can for man say yen say ni para no hunye hi we depend na trim the Kwame Nkrumah the DJG a champon at Hamels Mahama 1 it is the way na da hona the more than some kromo yes ani mana me dwene ho am njaze na yen so bi bi ndi so bi bia into mon kanom omonte very bad.
All right, me da minu na say good evening minu.